So sometimes to really find the root of who you are, you must go back generations and find out if you're following the same curses. That's what pain is. Pain is a repetition of the cycle. Walking by faith. That's walking by sight. If I can see it, I'll do it. No. A lot of people say, if I can see it, I'll believe it. No. If you believe it, you can see it. Don't be disturbed because no one else can see it. That's not unusual. That is ordinary. But because you want some different kind of results in your life, you've got to be willing to be unreasonable. But a lot of people, they quit, and they're not willing to work. And the great thing about life has a funny way of testing all of us and seeing how bad we really want what it is that we say we want. Yeah, sure. But life is going to hit you with a certain level of opposition. Life is going to hit you with a certain level of adversity. And life is going to say to you, you said you wanted it, now let's see how bad you really want it. Want one thing from you.
Yo, what's good, Lane?
As great as you are, as skilled as you are, as talented as you are, I just want one thing from you.
You going into the fucking military?
Why you do what you do. You have to find a dream that's so big that it overwhelms all of your fears and causes you to never give up. And you're gonna think about quitting no matter what you do. And I've thought about it many times. Until you learn how to figure it out, until you learn how to tap it on the back and say, I know you there, but I'm built to deal with you. I don't want nobody to leave here today and not
going to Army recruiting office next Wednesday. Let's go, bro.
Find a way to push through.
I hope it goes well.
To understand that's on the other side of it is glory.
That's awesome. You got this.
It starts with the accountability mirror, looking and saying, hey, all these things are coming back. I have to face myself. And you have to own all those things that people may have done to you. Now it's yours. You got to own it. It's yours now to fix the problems that people did to you. It makes no sense. It's not fair. I get it. But if you live in that woe is me mentality of guess what? My dad did this to me. My mom did this to me. People who bully did this to me. You're going to always live right there. You have to figure out ways to move forward.
Yep.
Because you're not coming back.
People don't burn out. People don't quit. People don't underachieve. People don't settle because of what they do. People burn out, people quit, people underachieve, and people settle because life makes them forget what they do. If we respect it the way we say we respect it, if we love it the way we say we love it, if we cherish it the way we say we cherish it, every single day should be nothing less than execute. You might not always be your best, but you can always bring me your best.
Not happiness. Forget about that. If it comes, well, great. Accept it. Dignity, nobility, character, truth, responsibility, beauty. Those are the things to aim for.
The road to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find it, because few there be that are willing to do the things today others won't do, in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have.
Ancient Greeks said that the gods always envied the mortals because their life was so ephemeral. They had so much chance that could happen to them, right? Where the gods always knew that they weren't going to die and it was completely guaranteed. And so here's my point. Let's consider the alternative, which is that you are on the path and you are guaranteed to know that you're going to get the outcome. All of the mystery is gone. There's no excitement. And so what we do is we basically have this wish that if it actually came true, we would hate it even more than our current circumstance. If you knew that you were going to succeed, it wouldn't be worth doing to begin with. The fact that you are uncertain when you start is what makes it worthwhile. And the fallacy of being in the pursuit is the worry or the concern that it won't amount to anything, because who you are becoming is the thing that you are amounting to in real time every day.
What do you think separates a great story from just a good story?
Easy. In a good story, bad things happen to good people. In a great story, bad things happen to heroes. Because there's always conflict, and there's always suffering, and that can be just like, oh, that was awful. But the great stories, the ones we keep telling, are the ones where the person who would be a victim becomes a creator. He says, I'm not going to stay in fear. I'm going to make something from this.
Yup.
And they stand up and they go out on an adventure. And what looks like it could have been a tragedy becomes an adventure.
I see you. I see all of the hard work that you put in, all of the struggle that you endure, all of the things that go on behind the scenes that no one else sees, and you don't get any appreciation for it. I see you, and I'm proud of you. And not only am I proud of you, but you inspire me.
Are you right where you're supposed to be? I don't know. I could sit here and tell you that's the case, but I promise it wouldn't be helpful to hear if it wasn't honest. Should you appreciate the present moment? Of course. But if you're unsatisfied with your life, I will never encourage you to be okay with staying right where you are. You see, self-love is not found in lowering your expectations. Self-love is found in recognizing what you're capable of and knowing that you deserve that potential.
Tomorrow's day 300 of semen retention.
It needs to be, okay, what would
That's a fucking accomplishment.
in a week's time for me to look back on that week
That is an
and find pride in
accomplishment in
myself?
itself right
You have
there.
to make the decision whether you want to be a badass or whether you just want to be mediocre and everything's okay. But being a badass hurts real bad. Well, at that time of year again, we're supposed to feel real happy. Why? Because we're not going to work. It's a real good time of year. So in that good time of year, we start to feel real good about ourselves. So it starts to feel great. So we start making promises to ourselves about, hey, I'm going to lose some weight. I'm going to do better at school. I'm going to be better here, be better there. But guess what happens? The real American Christmas happens when all of that noise is gone. It's quiet. And it's you against you. And now all those endorphins are gone. And what promise you made about getting up early and getting after to go lose weight, study harder, guess what? It's a lot harder now. That repetition becomes a lot harder now. So a lot of us can't do things on our own. So find somebody in your life. So when you throw that towel in, they throw that much back at you and say you're not done yet.
Let's
Stay true
go
to yourself. Stay hard.
heavier.
You're always one choice away, one moment of courage from turning it all around. But here's the truth. Nothing changes if you don't. It's not about waiting for the right time or hoping for a sign. It's about deciding that this moment, this one right here, is the one you'll finally show up for yourself. The best version of you is waiting. Don't leave them hanging. This is your shot. Take it.
The number one reason for success is people focus on things that have high potential consequences. Number one reason for failure is people focus on things that have low or no potential consequences. So ask yourself what's holding you back. And usually it's the quality of self-discipline or it's a skill.
My father used to tell me, a focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius. And so your most valuable asset isn't your time, it's your attention. A man with time and distractions will always lose to a man with a deadline and a singular focus. And so it's never been easier to be successful than it is today. It's just also never been easier to be distracted.
Remember, it's not what you have, but what you do with what you have that separates winners from losers. The Greek philosopher Epictetus once said that circumstances do not make the man or woman, they merely reveal him to himself. The response to the adversity of life is the real measure of who you are and what you're made of.
Get on up.
If you don't know where you want to go or who you want to be, you eventually just float around and you will eventually crash.
Most people walk around with no goals, no ambition. They don't know where they're going. It's like a ship with no destination. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there.
Ask yourself this. If I had a gun to your head and I said, pick the one thing that you want to do in life that would just make you absolutely happy, would give you a sense of fulfillment and peace of mind, never mind that it's not going to make you money. The thing that you would do if money was not an issue, what is it? Just remember what you were put here to do. You're not a mistake. You're not here by an accident. You were born to do something great with your life. You were born to make a difference with your life. This is a fact. Every one of us was put here to do something special, and that special thing is to help one another in some way, shape, or form. And if you can just remember that and negotiate the price in advance, decide now that your will to win cannot be bought by any failure or any success.
Make 2025 the year when you finally demand not just more of yourself, but the best of yourself. So don't wait, don't procrastinate, don't let another year slip by. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Only moment is now.
Wow.
2025 is coming. And for some of you,
2-6 now, bro.
It feels like another mountain to climb. Another year of dragging the weight of everything you've been through. Maybe 2024 wasn't kind to you. Maybe it took more than it gave. Maybe it left you with scars you're still learning to carry. Breakups, tragedies, losses, failures. Maybe this year chewed you up and spit you out, and now you're standing at the edge of a new year, wondering if you even have the strength to try again. But listen to me.
Go with
2025
no cheat arm blaster.
It can be a transformation.
They may be
You stop letting what happened to
in the
you
other
define
room.
what's ahead of you. It can be the year you turn every ounce of pain, every
I think I was doing them in there.
into fuel.
Where are you? There you are.
How do you make 2025 the year you rise? How do you turn tragedy into triumph, heartbreak into growth, failure into momentum? Let's break it down.
Because you see the gap between where you were and where you could have been. It's a reflection of your potential, of the life you know you're capable of living.
Yeah, I'm doing well though.
And that's not
Thanks
something
for
to be
asking.
ashamed of.
Life is great. I'm
It's
blessed.
something to use.
Packing on muscle
The
mass.
question is,
We're getting a professional photo shoot coming up.
have
Two
to let
two
go.
photographers.
Not in the passive way
$100
people
an
choose
hour.
to move on,
Grateful
but
for
in the
that.
active way of choosing not to carry the weight of what you can't control. The past is heavy, and if you bring it
Here we
into
go.
2025, it will crush you. Yes, what happened to you was unfair. Yes, it hurt. Yes, you didn't deserve it. But holding on to the anger, the regret, the why me will keep you chained to it. And you can't build a new life while you're still holding on to the ruins of the old one. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't happen. It means acknowledging it, learning from it, and then choosing to move forward.
But you can change what comes next.
Every regret holds a lesson. Every missed opportunity, every mistake, every failure is trying to teach you something. But you have to be willing to learn. Ask yourself, why do I regret this? What would I do differently if I had the chance? What does this regret reveal about what I value, about who I want to be? The answers won't always be comfortable. They might force you to confront parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. But those answers are the key to growth. They're the blueprint for the person you're becoming. Regret without reflection is wasted pain. Don't waste it. Once you've learned the lesson, it's time to act. Regret is a fire. If you let it burn out of control, it'll consume you. But if you harness it, if you direct it, it can be the fuel that drives you to change. Let your regret remind you of what's at stake. Let it push you to take the chances you were too scared to take before. Let it inspire you to show up differently, to live more intentionally, to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating the life you want. Because here's the thing about regret. It's not there to punish you. It's there to motivate you,
Oost.
to wake you up, to say, you don't have to make the same mistakes again. You don't have to keep living this way. You can do better if you choose to.
This might be the hardest part. Forgiving yourself. Because regret often comes with guilt, with shame, with the weight of feeling like you've let yourself or someone else down. And carrying that guilt doesn't serve you. It doesn't fix the past. It doesn't make you stronger. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean excusing what you did. It means acknowledging that you're human, that you're imperfect, and that you're trying. Forgive yourself not because you're letting yourself off the hook, but because you deserve the chance to move forward without the weight of shame. Regret goes backward. Resolve goes forward. Once you've learned from your regret, once you've forgiven yourself, it's time to focus on what's next. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to build? And then start. Start small if you have to. Start messy. Start scared. But start. Because here's the truth. You can't change the past, but you can shape the future. And every choice you make, every action you take, is a chance to close the gap between who you are and who you want to be.
Here's the thing about regret. It hurts. It's supposed to. That's what makes it powerful. Pain has a way of sharpening our focus, of reminding us what matters. But regret is only destructive if you let it be. If you choose to let it fester, to let it define you, it will. But if you choose to use it, to learn from it, to let it propel you forward, it becomes a catalyst, a turning point, a source of strength. Because regret isn't the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new chapter. One where you take the lessons of the past and use them to create a future you're proud of. One where you turn your pain into purpose, your failure into fuel, your loss into growth. So if you're carrying regret right now, if you're haunted by the things you wish you'd done differently, I want you to remember this. You're not alone. Everyone has regrets. Everyone has moments they wish they could take back. But the people who rise, the people who turn their lives around, the people who transform themselves, they're the ones who refuse to be defined by their past. They're the ones who choose to turn regret into resolve. And you can be one of them. The past is done. The future is waiting. Make it count.
Let's say you're miserable and unhappy. Okay, here's a cure. Find what's valuable and let it go. And you're suffering terribly because of it. Well, what do? Maybe you let it go. It's a sacrifice. An idea is that, well, that'll clear the future for you. Well, very frequently when people are suffering terribly, not always, so sometimes you just suffer stupidly, blindly, and without recourse. But sometimes the reason that you're suffering is because you just won't let go of the thing that's biting you. That's not such a good idea. The funny thing too, often when people let something like that go, it goes away, sorts itself out, and then comes back. So they don't even end up losing it. But unless they're willing to let it go, to sacrifice it, they make no headway whatsoever. And so one of the rules is, if people are impeding your development, you sacrifice your relationship with them.
At moments where I'm bone tired, I have that clarity. And when you have the clarity and you know where you're trying to go, then it becomes clear about what you have to train at. What are the things you have to train into yourself? But the only way to do that is to have a self-esteem that's built entirely around being the learner. Why? Because you get the shot to the head, the nugget of gold at your feet. It says, you suck at this. That hurts, man. That's hard to own. It's hard to face. And there's 1,000 voices in your mind telling you all the reasons why it's somebody else's fault and it's not your fault.
But the reality is, the moment you do that, you're giving away your power because you're not looking for a way to change. Remember, between where you are and where you want to go, it is a gap of skill set.
Life is meant to be lived joyfully. It truly is. If you're doing and living a life that's not joyous and happy, something is wrong and you need to make a change. Right? We're here on this planet for a finite amount of time. Make it a good one. When my guru was dying, one of the last things he ever said was, "What an amazing life. I would not have traded it for anything in the world." And I said to myself, what beautiful words to do as a dying man. I would love to be able to say, in my last breath, look back on my life and go, what an amazing life it was. And that was just, I couldn't do it again, even if I tried. That was just fantastic. In order to do that, we really need to know what we want. But we begin by understanding our mind and learning how to manage our energy and wisely invest our energy.
Yep.
So if you're starting a new chapter because you're excited and you're reinventing yourself, that's fabulous. Still take time to complete the last chapter that you were in, so you step into the new chapter with all of the wisdom and the gratitude and the learning and the growth that you gained. If you are starting a new chapter, as so many of us do, because we are running away from the old us, we're running away from the bad relationship, we're closing the door on something that wasn't working, you better make sure you take the time to think through and journal about this last chapter, who you've been, the habits you no longer want to repeat, the mistakes that you made, what you've learned, what you're running from, and more importantly, what changes you're going to make and how this new chapter is going to support you in doing it and in becoming the person that you're meant to be. Without that intentional moment of reflection and without that intentional moment where you're going to list out the behaviors and thinking patterns, the habits you're changing, you're just going to take all that stuff you're running from right into this new chapter.
So what you got to start doing is realizing where you at in life. No one's coming back from heaven. So it starts with that person in that mirror. You have to realize you are on your own now. And whatever else you believe in, I don't care what you believe in, but on earth is a very lonely journey. And it starts with the accountability mirror, looking and saying, hey, all these things are coming back. I have to face myself. And you have to own all those things that people may have done to you. Now it's yours. You have to figure out ways to move forward because it's not coming back.
We said decision-shaped destiny, which is my focus here. If decision-shaped destiny, what determines it is 3 decisions. What are you going to focus on? Right now, you have to decide what you're going to focus on. In a second, consciously or unconsciously. When you decide to focus on something, you got to give it a meaning. And whatever that meaning is produces emotion. Is this the end or the beginning? Or is this the roll of the dice? And emotion then creates what we're going to do, or the action. So think about your own life, the decisions that have shaped your destiny. And that sounds really heavy, but in the last 5 or 10 years, 15 years, have there been some decisions you've made that if you made a different decision, your life would be completely different?
But if you really want to become extraordinary, you've got to separate your self-esteem from being wrong. You have to. Because otherwise, you're never going to see the opportunity to get better. And once that word yet is lingering out there, suddenly it becomes a question of time allocation. So you know you could get good at it, but it's going to take a lot of time and energy. So what are the skills you really want to get good at? And that goes back to that clarity. What do I need to get good at in order to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish? It does not need to be something that somebody else values. It needs to be the thing I have chosen to value, that I've built into my life, this worship around getting good at that thing.
And because I value myself for pursuing that, and I value myself for admitting when I'm wrong, and I value myself for staring nakedly at my inadequacies, every day I'm getting better.
The difference between vision and a goal is the finish line. A goal is 26.2 miles. You can simply count the metrics and know when you completed your goal. A vision is having a crystal clear sense of what the finish line looks like, but no idea of how far away it is. And the reality is you will spend your entire life never actually crossing the finish line, but the joy that every marathon you complete, you feel like you're getting closer. Every milestone that you accomplish makes you feel like you're getting closer and closer to the ideal, and this is what gives our life and our work meaning.
It's just looking in the mirror and telling yourself the story that you want. I mean, and a lot of people tell the story that everybody else wants them to tell, right? So the marketing message. So the story is being told from out here, and then you're bringing it to you. What you have to do is tell the story you want. I wanted to be the powerful person. I wanted to be the one that people looked up to. I wanted to be the person that was respected. I just started telling that story over and over again, and it was as simple as that. We suffer on all different levels of suffering. Some people suffer on a high level, some people suffer because is the job going to get done? We have these moments of suffering, no matter if it's 5 minutes of suffering or an hour of suffering or months of suffering. Some people lose a relationship and they suffer for years. And if you can limit the time you suffer, the more you can work on the solutions that better your life.
I thought, how about I just leap with my imperfection and then find my form of perfecting my imperfection while I'm sorry. How about I do that? How about you not wait to get it right? You figure out how does it look doing it wrong? How does that look? Because your 80% of right is somebody else's 159% of what they need. And when you want to do it right, and you want to wait till you're not afraid, and you want to wait till you have it all together, oh, you made it about you. Again. See, Nelson Mandela did it. He just did it not knowing if it were right. Mahatma Gandhi just did it not knowing if it were right. Mother Teresa just did it not looking for affirmation or confirmation. Is this right? Martin Luther King did it not even knowing if it would happen before his life ended. If I have a dream. Honey, what are you waiting on? Are you willing to do it afraid?
Because you don't achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily. They take time. They take struggle. They take relentless pursuit day in and day out. That's what it takes.
Quality of your life has nothing to do with how much money you have, how many beautiful children you have, how many people love you. The quality of your life is where you live emotionally. So we have to take control of what we focus on. We got to come up with new meanings, empowering meanings, and then that affects what your final decision is. What am I going to do?
And that's when I realized that there's two ways to see the world. Some people see the thing that they want, and some people see the thing that prevents them from getting the thing that they want.
Both of those things require hard work. You are in love because you work very hard every single day of your life to stay in love. You find a job that brings you ultimate joy because you work hard every single day to serve those around you, and you maintain that joy. It's not a discovery. But the problem is the sense of impatience. It's as if an entire generation is standing at the foot of a mountain. They know exactly what they want. They can see the summit, but they can't see is the mountain. This large, immovable object. Life, career fulfillment, relationships are journey. The problem is, the entire generation has an institutionalized sense of impatience. Do they have the patience to go on the journey to maintain love, to feel fulfilled, or do they just quick on to the next, jump onto the next, coast and on to the next? So let me just ask you again. I want to go back to who in your life makes you feel bad about your dreams, your goals, your desires? Because those people are affecting you whether you realize it or not. When you have a desire for that next level, someone negative, someone trying to protect you, tells you you shouldn't, you can't, you might say, no, listen to them. But even if 5% of that rubs off on you, then you might make different choices. You might play a little bit smaller than you need to. Your confidence could be crushed just a little bit more than it needs confident with most of your confidence is enough? Do you think being excellent
Nah.
with your confidence is enough?
I will continue
Freaking outstanding. You need to rock it with your
to
confidence.
show what I am capable of.
Confidence be at 100% if you're letting people in your life make you dim your glow, to lower your expectations, to play safer.
The woe is me mentality. It's too hard. Life isn't fair. These things in life are not easy for me. You look to your left, you look to your right, and you start to judge yourself off other people. We are judging ourselves against too many people. You have to judge yourself against yourself. And once you can silence all the outside interference and things that are attracting your mind to everything, you can then start to grow and realizing I'm stressed out for no reason.
It's all that thinking, that overthinking, that thinking too big. Thinking big is about dreams. Thinking big is about goals. Thinking big is about your heart and your soul and figuring out what you want. Then once you do that and you think big and you see where you're headed, boom, you gotta come back and you gotta go brick by brick to make that vision stick. You gotta go brick by brick to make the action stick. You gotta go brick by brick to lay that pathway forward and to keep going. And let me tell you something, I don't care how busy you are, I don't care how tired you are, I don't care how much there is for you to make this big dream forward, you have time to lay one brick today. You really do. You really do. And this is the secret, everybody. This is the secret to everything. It's the understanding that there is no timeline to getting your dreams done. All there is to do is to allow your heart and soul to dream big, to see the path forward, and then to pull yourself into the moment every day and have the discipline to be deliberate, to lay one brick on that path. That's it. And to keep reminding yourself that everything that you're learning on the way as you lie bricks down and you move forward a little at a time is helping you build the path.
What you're going to do is trade your life. You're trading your life for whatever it is you're going after. Whatever your goal is supposed to be. Whatever you are pursuing. This certainly is worthy of you because you're trading your life for it. What if? Let's go first. What if we fail?
What if we don't?
And you put a goal. How you gonna feel, man, when you accomplish this goal? How to use all this negative that was making me weak and horrible as a person?
I am the greatest.
This might be exactly what I need. The darkness is exactly what I need. It's how you look at your situation.
I am the greatest.
Don't just read this book. Don't just listen to the podcast. Don't just watch videos online. Don't just take notes. Don't just study them. Don't just share them with your friends. Don't just plan. Don't just mark your calendar. Don't just get motivated. Don't just talk. Don't just think. Don't just dream. No. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is that you actually do. So, do.
You see, I'm a firm believer that perspective drives performance every day of the week. Like, I'm a firm believer how an individual view what they do will always affect how they do what they do. Y'all gotta start loving your life. Be comfortable on who you are. If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage now that I was homeless. I love dealing with a dude who thinks because he comes from money, he's better than me. Let's go. Let's go. You got
But you got that dog.
Yeah, you got money, you got credit, but you got that dog.
Do you got that dog?
You got that stamina. So yeah, you might have something I have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have.
Whenever I face anything that's challenging, whenever anything sucks, I like it. It's gonna make me tougher. It's gonna give me a good story to tell. It's gonna keep my mind. When something sucks, good. It's gonna make me tougher, and it's gonna make us stronger. So bring it.
Oh, yes.
Sit on your bed one day and ask yourself, what remarkably stupid things am I doing on a regular basis?
Get on up, Trap. Yep. Hefty, big, thick, deep strided fucking tricep bronchi up.
You have to decide that you want to know. You'll figure that's out so fast it'll make your hair curl. What about if you consult with yourself about the best possible outcome for you? You might get an answer.
When people are truly passionate about what they do, you just get a chemical rush. You get the energy. You become more resourceful.
Yeah!
People give up really easy because they're not having a good time. It's not in them. Don't try to change the world unless you.
Woo!
Is on fire seeks a pond.
Because at the end of the day, when the clock stops, when it's all said and done,
Full fucking Goku mode, drive up. Super Saiyan up.
oh man, you saw his car? You saw his Rolls Royce? How about his bank account? They're showing up talking about impact. They're showing up talking about
Fucking shit.
They're showing up talking about connection. I'm not one of these guys that claim I know everything, but I do know this.
Hey, I see
People don't
Mist.
burn out because of what they do.
Welcome in.
People burn
Thank
out
you.
because life makes them forget why they do it.
The triceps are definitely swollen right now.
And a lot of us are mistaken.
I attacked biceps prior. I'm going to go back to them. You got a little bit of lat engagement as well with those close grip bicep. Neutral grip, actually. Pull-ups.
We think we have the right to sit back.
I was getting bicep activation and a lot of lat rhomboid work.
Am I going to run today?
But these tricep extensions are filling everything out perfectly.
It's New Year's. It's my birthday.
Hit legs earlier. Eating well today. Slept great last night.
That's your birthday. You give me some, to me an option.
Fuck.
Let me tell you one thing. Time was running out. You keep on sitting around wondering what you want to do. You're just going to run out of time. So make sure you do one thing. Stop following the crowd.
Did it again.
They may take time off, but you can't afford to. Stay home.
Stay hard.
The comfort zone is dangerous. When you're comfortable, you are most dangerous. You should never feel comfortable. You should be happy.
And dissatisfied.
But anybody ever tell you that, look, you know what? Be satisfied with what you got. Don't believe it. Get away from it. You should never be satisfied with what you got. Because the attempt to get more makes you into something better. All the time.
Don't take it for granted. Every second you get that isn't painful, you should cherish.
Fair. Fair.
I would always say, what would I tell my future son? Because if I can't tell him to get through adversity right now, if I can't tell him to keep pushing through, if I can't say, if I don't live that, if I don't live through that, how am I going to give him advice one day to get through it on his own?
Yes,
Life can be overwhelming. That's the way life works. It is going to throw problems at you, and it is going to throw them at you all at the same time. This is the way life works. But let me tell you, that does not mean give up fighting. Let these challenges raise you up. Let them elevate you. Let their demands and their trials make you stronger. Let the adversity you face today turn you into a better person tomorrow.
Some of you just don't understand. Some of you have been average for so damn long, you don't know what it is to do hard work. But there's a lot of you out there who want
Yo,
to be
Kriego.
more than average,
Welcome in, brother.
but just don't know how to do it every single day.
Welcome to the Spartan Warriors.
You need to find someone to oil those gears up. So check it out. This is a mindset. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But there's a out there who wants what you have, who wants the position you are, who wants the job you have. There's someone out there hungry and wants everything you can have. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But if it is, it's gonna be your ass. So make that a motivation for you.
No matter what you face, no matter how bad it is going to be, when there is a challenge, any challenge, anything that you're facing, the only way to overcome the challenges that you face is to start walking.
But when you look at the road to winning,
wow,
people look at you
now
and they're
what?
like, you're a success.
You going to compete again? I don't know. Maybe.
But your road has so many more steps. Those
Maybe
steps are
someday.
infinite. Sometimes you get to see them. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes they're there. Other times they're wobbly. You don't know if that next step is going to be there, but you have enough belief in yourself to say, I'm going to take that step. I may miss the step.
Big dog, wait here. Come on up.
I may get scraped, but I know there's another step. I know it. I believe inside me that there's another step that I have to take.
As you look at your goals and dreams, every day we must convince ourselves, we must sell ourselves on that it's possible. Every seminar, every workshop, every book that I've ever read, every speaker that I've ever heard, it interrupted what I was believing about myself. Everything that you do, everything matters. As you go through each day, looking at my life, everything matters. T. Harvey Bryant, how you do anything is how you do everything. I became obsessed. With being the best that God has done. If I am, I don't care. I believe it. And I gotta tell them, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say, you gotta be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do.
Yeah.
The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of
We're going to take a quick hiatus, chat. Stay tuned. We're getting right into this fucking insane arm pump. We're not fucking finished. We're 44 minutes, 44 seconds into stream. It's not ironically, it's synchronicities. It's God. And we're about to push boundaries. Yes, break Plateaus, limitations, what? Lima fucking what? Lima fucking what? That's a new one. I like that. Lima what? I don't know what that means. I know of discipline. I know of extremity. I know of real intensity. I know of work ethic and passion. I will be right back.
Take that step every day. No matter what you are facing, get up and start walking.
Every time you lose, what do you gain from it? So every time I've lost, people say you got to jump right back up. You know, get back right on your feet again. And I disagree with that. After you lose, or when you get knocked out, stay down there for a minute. Understand why you lost. What were the reasons? Why are you down here? Why did you lose? Why did you get knocked out? Because if you just jump right back up, you're going to lose again and again, and you continue going to lose the same way.
Why are you so daggone crazy? Because I'm trying to be the best I can to give you the best that I am. And it takes being obsessed to where people think you're crazy.
It's necessary as you look at your goals and your dreams, it's necessary that you have a strategy and a game plan to change the story that you believe about yourself. And that's an ongoing process. I've discovered, and many people have, that what we do, what we accomplish, what we produce is a result of the story we believe about ourselves. Because things are going to happen to you. I believe that the reason that most people go to their graves with their talents and abilities and skills in them is because of the fact, number one, many are like me. They didn't know that they didn't know and thought they knew. I thought I knew myself, and I really didn't know myself as well as I thought. I've discovered that sometimes people can take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself.
Don't rest in the middle. Rest at the end. Winners rest at the end.
What if can make you give up? What if can make you freak out? Or what if can make you step forward?
As human beings, we are meant to grow. And when you stop growing, your soul and your heart and your spirit dies. But as you move through life, it is unavoidable to face things that are challenging, face disappointment, face things that are just absolutely heartbreaking.
We start off with a masterpiece, and we start off with the basic goodness, but it's like that still small voice inside. It's still and small. It can easily be drowned out. And the idea is to be still and know, and to realize that we were wired for success, but it's how we relate to our experience that determines whether we're chipping away or we're, kind of burying that sense of wholeness that we were born with.
People are stunningly accepting of anything if they actually believe that's the purest form of it. People will accept you. People accept everything. Just be you. And what we don't know is, what's in your heart? Like, what is the fire that stirs you, that you wake up saying, I will do this even when I don't feel like it. I will do whatever it takes to overcome my temptation for mediocrity, my temptation for excuses, my temptation for reasons and circumstances to hold me back. I won't allow those to be in my way. And if you have that within you, you'll achieve whatever you choose.
When you start to get into the pattern and the habit of spinning thoughts about what's coming, you will lose the battle with your mind, your health will tank, your mood will tank, your relationships will tank, your
outlook will tank. It all begins with making a decision that you are not going to allow that to fit in your mind. That is the one thing that you can control.
Just that we forget it. We don't look inside, we're looking outside. And so unless we're still and we think about it and we understand that I was born with this masterpiece and no one can give it to me or take it away, it's an inside job. Whether you're coming from a place of scarcity or I would say survival mode or coming from growth mode, which has to do with yes, I can, yes to life. And I have the capacity and the responsibility to make it different or to make it better.
If you're interested, you come up with stories, excuses, reasons, and circumstances why you can't or why you won't. If you're committed, you'll just go out there and you just do whatever it takes. And when it comes to the the problems that come up every day, I mean, it's like weather. It's sunny for a little bit. It's rainy. It's hailing. It's windy. That's life.
I truly think that if you complain, it's literally the second you start the sentence is a step back in a non-winning way. It's just that. Like, I don't care what you want. You can have anything you want. It's just important for people to understand that complaining has no value. Let your actions dictate instead of sitting there and feeling like you're not in control.
Be one thing. Some people say that they're chasing happiness, and of course, Viktor Frankl said happiness cannot be pursued; it has to ensue. So you do things that make you happy. So I say people want peace of mind, and people just want to be happy. I would say, or they don't want to suffer less. So the way I look at it is, if I can alleviate a little suffering or eliminate suffering completely, when we can open our heart and see other people suffering, it helps us to connect and have more compassion. You can't have compassion without suffering.
Worrying is not helping, it's hurting. Our minds are like boats, and if a boat is anchored, it will go with the current and drift away. And the current right now everywhere is extraordinarily negative. But you need things to anchor you in the positive thought that this is going to pass, this is temporary, I'm going to get through this, and when I do, I'm going to go do this thing that I care about.
So many people have so much potential, and it seems like they're standing on the edge of it instead of leaping into it. But what's the difference between somebody says, yes, I want it, I believe I can have it, I believe I can do it, but then there's another voice that they listen to more that says, but you're not smart enough, but you're not good enough, but what if you fail, what if you succeed? So there's voices in our head that most people have not learned how to really just pay attention to. You have the belief that regardless of what happens in your external world, you can navigate towards the success that you want. That's a belief. And beliefs are the lens by which we actually see the world and by which we behave. And so if you want to change your results, don't focus on changing your behaviors, change your focus on the beliefs that drive your behavior.
But you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So can you handle the truth? There's a question, and if you can't, if you see that, then you can say, well, if I'm going to change, I'm going to have to figure out how to deal with that discomfort until the point that I can see what I need to see, then I can change it. Just continuing to make mistakes, learn from mistakes, but the mistakes are viewed as feedback, not as I'm a failure. It's just an event, it's not who we are.
The opportunity of this moment, because the days are going to be long, but the months will be short. Passion is for you, purpose is what you express to the world. And so this is a moment for you to go inward and to find some sort of project that energizes you and that will stimulate that internal need to feel like you're waking up and you are working on something that you're passionate about.
Generally, you don't run from them, especially if they're not avoidable in the future. Generally, you stand, confront, decompose, understand, adapt. But just because you generally do that and it's the best bet doesn't mean it's definitely going to work. It's just the best shot you have at it. You know, it'd be lovely if something always worked, but if something always worked, people would never get sick and die. Right? And we do all the time. So we do our best, but that doesn't mean that that always works. But it's still the best that can be done. It's still the alternatives.
So it's very important for us to have reasons to be excited about life. Like when you wake up in the morning, it can't just be about problems.
Everything that's life must happen to you. Have you come here to avoid life, or have you come here to experience life? Experience life. All the different dimensions of what this life holds.
What is your compassion for the world? Like, what problem do you want to solve? People will say, there's so many things I could do, there's so many things. I'm like, my question is not what causes you the greatest joy. Sometimes my question is, what causes you the greatest pain? Someone out there who's not living to their potential, and I think we're better people, we're better partners, and we're better parents when we live to our potential.
All of us have kind of an identity for ourselves, a way of defining ourselves. And human beings don't usually stray from that. And it's all consistent with the fact that human beings, our strongest drive is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. Now, that's just a story. And if you tell yourself the story long enough, you start to believe it. Once you believe it, you act like it.
He said, in every situation, between the situation
A wise man once said,
and your response, there's a space.
that's what the bands are for.
A millisecond. But in that space, you have the ability to choose. When you respond to the same thing, you stay in control.
When perfectionism hinders your ability to have joy, to pursue something because of your fear of failure, or you're never good enough, or you can't relish your accomplishment, it becomes maladaptive.
A battlefield that goes on in your mind all the time. And there's bombs that are exploding all the time. Fear, anxiety, I'm not good enough. And a lot of times you're making those bombs explode, or somebody else is making those bombs explode. But you have to take control of that space.
To transform your life, you want to do it in 2 minutes. So is that what your life is worth? So if your life is worthwhile, is it not important that you invest a certain amount of time and energy rather than looking for this stupid stuff of one mantra with which I will transform my life? It will not happen like that. That's the reason why most people have remained the way they have remained, because they've not invested in their well-being.
The space between our ears, we don't have control over it. A lot of other people have set shop in it. They're like, they've like taken the most expensive real estate in the world. You got to make sure you control that battlefield that's going on in there. It's your space, it's your mind. You're going to have negative thoughts. You are. Just changing your thought is not going to change your action. It may change your perspective, but you still have to continue to push forward.
I don't think that we're born blank slates, but we are so close to that. To worry about where your limits are is to miss how much you can improve. So focus on how much you can improve. There's an amazing quote by Alexander Solzhenitsyn, and what he said was, the line between good and evil runs through every human heart. To me, it's not about good and evil. To me, it's about malleability. That's a statement of how shapeable we are. Now, here's the terrifying thing about how we get shaped. It happens when you're young. You get all these things that come to you that seem to be
I believed that the human mind couldn't change. I believed that it was fixed. I believed that my talent and intelligence were just what they were. And one of my favorite quotes of all time is from Albert Einstein. And he said, the most important decision any human being has to make is whether they live in a friendly or a hostile universe. Decision. The most important decision anyone has to make. Because neither of those two states is empirically true, but either will immediately appear true once you decide to believe it. So once you decide to believe, yo, the world is working for me, this is happening for me, it's not happening to me. Once you believe that, you start looking for the ways in which that was powerful. How is the worst thing that ever happened to me actually secretly the best thing that's ever happened to me? You could be one of any countless identities that we see in the world. But we don't, because each of these places carries with it a value system, a belief system, things that are unique to that group that you grow up in, what your parents tell you about your family, about you, what it means to be you, what you learn in schools, what you see in the media, all of that stuff is shaping how you view yourself and how you view the world. But it's happening insidiously because it is so invisible. People don't realize that they are choices. But once you reframe all of this as these are things that I'm choosing to believe, and once you realize you can choose to believe something new and thusly get a different result, everything changes.
Within yourself, have you ever experienced anything outside of yourself? Everything that ever happened to you, darkness and light happened within you. Pain and pleasure happened within you. Joy and misery happened within you. Have you ever experienced anything outside of yourself?
No.
No. So what I am asking you is, what happens within you? Who should determine how it should happen? What happens within you? Who should determine how this should happen? Somebody else? Definitely you should determine what should happen within this, isn't it? So if you determine what's happening within this, your whole experience of life will be determined by you, nobody else but you, isn't it?
The first thing we should do is understand why we have goals. Not just to set a goal, because most people don't set goals right. They're operating with a limited level of consciousness, so they're thinking, I could get a little more money, and if I could get him to help me and her to help me and this happened, then I could do this. Maybe this is get a new car. What we've got to understand is we're trading our life for our goals. Literally trading our life. Would you trade your life for a car? Or a house? I don't think so. So it's got to be something really meaningful. And we're not taught to think this way. We should sit down and don't give any thought to where the money's going to come from, where the help's going to come from. It's what do you really want?
To go and follow that, go and live that purpose. And I see time and time again that when I see people trying to live their purpose, they are protected, that things work. When you're playing in your dharma and your purpose, things work, things move, they happen. And I'm not saying they happen without effort, but they happen, they move. Whereas when you're not, you just constantly feel like you're running up against, a war.
How important is it to you to grow? Because you were put on earth to grow, to contribute, to serve, to help. You were in your way. And the current version of you is perfect as it stands right now, but it will be inferior next year. You're perfect as you are now. Ladies, men, you too. You are perfect as you exist right now. But that version of you isn't sufficient next year. You got to be crazy, hungry, crisis to get to that next version of you.
And often people try and belittle and devalue their own pain to get out of it, but that actually just slows down the process, and then they're back to square one again. So you've got to accept the pain you went through. You've got to accept that you want to heal it. One of the best ways to explain this is how what we search for in our partners or in life is what we did or didn't get from our parents. we need to have the awareness of developing the emotional skills that our parents didn't have. So again, reminding ourselves of being aware that we're literally creating lives that will continue in the same direction unless our mindset changes.
Start breaking it down. Start breaking it down. And most of us, we live in a box. And we don't want to go outside that box at all.
I don't know.
Ever. Outside that box
I'm gonna go again.
is all these possibilities of life.
I'm gonna do it again.
What we do is we shackle our mind. We are a prisoner in our own mind.
Why not?
This is all I can do. This is all we're at. And we take away the possibilities. You can do this. You can do that. You can do all these things. It's nothing. So what people understand is that they live for themselves, not knowing that you have the power within yourself to change millions of lives by facing life. My biggest fear in life is if there is a final resting place in this world, and there's a final judgment, and you talk to something much bigger than you. I don't want to sit down and have a conversation with someone, with something that says, you're in heaven, this is what you should have been on earth. And are you really in heaven now, or are you in hell? Thinking about how much I left on the table for fear, for not willing to go over the wall, and over the next wall, and over the next wall. So in my mind, I believe that. And God knows all. At least I believe that. That's how I live my life. I now know that there is no cap on the human mind. There's no cap. We cap it ourselves. I'm telling you, tell a good lie. I'm gonna make a difference in the world, and you don't believe it. But say it 1,000,000 times, you're gonna end up believing it. I'm meant to do something special in my life. There's no way in the world God put me on this planet to just be a regular guy. No way. The blood in here is boiling. I want to do something big with my life. This guy was put on this planet to make a difference. Say it over and over and over and over and over and over again. Convince everybody in the world. The entire time you just try to convince one person, and that is you. And that's to give them a future truth.
See, there's a book being written about your life, isn't there? Someone somewhere is taking inventory of your life. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10. You write your own book. And at any moment in your life, you can decide that you want to make this the new chapter. Literally, in your life, you can turn the page. And those previous chapters are your old book. It's like Old Testament, New Testament. Old story, new story. They're connected, they're related, but you can flip the page and you can have a whole new story. If you decide right now, I am literally turning, my breakthrough is I turn the page, and in this second, I start to write the best chapters of my life. You can decide to do that.
But I'm telling you right now, you're not defined by who you are, you're defined by who you want to become.
Bouncing back, number one, is refusing to listen to the negative chatter in my own head, creating something from absolutely nothing. I didn't ask permission, I gave notice. At some point, I have to stop asking, can I be great? Can I be brilliant? Can I be okay and still be accepted? I just stopped asking permission and just gave notice, unapologetically, not in a braggadocious way, not in a way that shrunk anyone else, in a way that said, I only got one life, and I'm gonna ride this one till the wheels fall off.
If you have a passion in your heart, fire in your belly, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you getting up early. It's gonna be you staying up late. It's gonna be you running the miles and going to the gym. It's only gonna be you, because outside motivation can only last for so long. You can hire the greatest trainer in the world, but ultimately it's on me.
In life, a lot of us believe that we're working much harder than we actually are. We think if we got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. The guy Trump, you're entitled mind. mindset is dead weight. We believe we work harder than we actually have. Trust me, most of us have it. The one thing in life you gotta realize is this: learn to help yourself. Don't count on other people to help you.
Is to open yourself to the possibility that everything isn't the way it appears to be. And so even if you can just open yourself to that possibility, just for a moment, you can pick up it all the next day. You can take it all with you the next day, that it's all real and everything that you're seeing. But if you just for a moment open to the possibility that things might not be the way that you think they are, then you have the greatest opportunity to really discover something incredible, how credible you are.
Drives me nuts. Everybody thinks they're going to turn inside like an archaeologist and find that thing, their deepest passion, the thing they always loved, hiding inside. As soon as you say it, I hope it sounds ridiculous, that you would love something that much and yet somehow be blind to it? It doesn't work like that. It's like real love. You got to go on a date first. You see somebody you're interested in. You talk to them. It sparks something. You spend time. You engage. And through that process of engaging with it, maybe, if you're lucky, it turns into a fascination. But if you really want a passion, you've got to go through the process of gaining mastery.
We had to keep doing the work to get to a place where we could be here. And that's the thing that I think people miss is like, you have to keep going. You don't even know who you're going to be. You don't know who you're going to be half a decade from now or 10 years from now, because you stopped. Like, why am I successful and other people who want the same things and started at the same time aren't? Because when they heard no, they listened.
But faith is believing in the unseen anyway. So I had enough faith to go, I know like I know like I know like I know. I don't necessarily have to see it yet.
Because I choose not to ever be a victim. I cannot choose whether I'm victimized, but I have the ability to say I will never be a victim. Because there's always something you can do differently. There's always something you can do differently.
Like what you do before anyone else is awake, what you do when no one is looking, that's what you're celebrated for. And nobody else can force you to do that. That's because you have to.
If you would just think about what you want, that's all you'd ever get in your life. Every time a belief goes out, you feel completely free. You know, it's amazing, amazing feeling to you just feel as light as a feather, and actually you feel invincible.
Tell me how holding on to all the reasons, all the excuses, all the justification for why your life sucks, tell me how it's serving you. Has it made your life better? Has it given you more access? Has it given you more friends? Has it propelled you forward? Has it given you strength? Or did it suck the life out of you?
What was the question again?
Anything after the word I am is true to your unconscious mind.
True.
Anything. Anything after I am.
I am a
Anything
champion.
after I am.
100%.
The greatest gift anyone can ever give you in
What the
life
fuck?
is doubt.
Oh shit.
What you do is you set yourself up on your damn crutches and you struggle up the bloody hill. That's what you do. And you struggle up the hill towards the kingdom of God.
What is
That's
happening?
what you do. Because the alternative is to descend into the abyss. That's the alternative.
Just go with
And
it.
then so to say, well, do you believe? It's like, I believe that you should struggle uphill towards the city of God on your crutches. That's what you should do. You know, you can lend a hand to someone, only you don't want to take the burden away from them entirely, because there's something noble about struggling up the damn hill, right? There's something, that's adventure. That's the call to proper being. It's like, well, We don't need to forget this. You know, we don't need to forget it.
So what would happen if you didn't have to find it? What would happen if you could simply summon it? And I think that that changes everything for people. If you believe that there is one thing that you were ordained to do, pick your ever specific thing, well then you're always going to be dissatisfied as you bounce from one thing to another, arms folded saying, nope, that's not it, that's not it. What if instead we could simply say, I am choosing to be passionate about what I do. And my purpose is whatever I am doing. I'm going to be here for it, I'm present for it, I'm merely going to do it.
And so it doesn't matter that you overshoot continually. Because as you overshoot, even if you don't learn what you should have done, you're going to continually learn what you shouldn't keep doing. And if you learn enough about what you shouldn't keep doing, then that's tantamount at some point to learning at the same time what you should be doing.
I've got to get up and get going. I've got to become unstoppable. And I'm here to tell you right now, becoming unstoppable is a thing. It is very real and has everything to do with who you want to become and has nothing to do with who you are today.
We can't have such a scarcity mindset that we think that only one person is great. Greatness does not mean you beat everybody else. Greatness to me means that you went right to the edge of what you were capable of doing in this moment.
So I began to think about the person I wanted to become. I stopped worrying about who I was right now, and I began to paint a vision of how the person would act that I want to become. And I began to act in that fashion.
Many of us never realize our greatness because we become sidetracked by secondary activity. We spread ourselves too thin, don't know how to say no. And we find ourselves doing all kinds of things and never ever have time to do those things that we need to do to work on ourselves. And then there goes a second, there goes another second, there goes another second, and we can't stop in whole time. And before you know it, you wake up one day and you're behind on your dreams and your bills.
And so it feels to me like talent is a betrayal. It is undermining all of the people who put all that work into skill. Don't call someone skillful talent, because they're not. They're skillful.
The most important question any man must decide for himself is whether or not he lives in a friendly or hostile universe.
You can choose to put in the work to gain the skill. And if that's true, that's really good news. Because it means you're not stuck where you are. It means you can go to where you want to go. And it's really good news because skills can be acquired.
We have all pulled a web of lies over our own eyes. And the web of lies is what you tell yourself about what's possible for you and for the world. And once you get that web of lies over your eyes, you simply see it as reality. And you don't understand that each one of those fundamental beliefs is alterable, that you could choose to believe something else. In fact, you don't even realize that they are beliefs.
There's something in each and every one of you that waits and listens to the voice of the genuine in yourself. It will be perhaps the only guide you will ever have. And if you cannot hear it, all of your life, your days will be spent on the ends of strings that somebody else pulls.
Not happiness. Forget about that. If it comes, well, great. Accept it. Dignity, nobility, character, truth, responsibility, beauty. Those are the things to aim for.
You get to choose whether you're living in a friendly or a hostile universe. There's no objective reality. It just is what it is. You're going to get what you see. You're going to get what you focus on. And you see what you focus on. So the more you focus on, the world works against me, I've got bad luck, the more you're going to see proof of that. You're going to seek it out. You're going to act in accordance with that belief. If, on the other hand, you believe the human potential is nearly limitless,
I don't care how good you are, I don't care how talented you are, I don't care how much you work on yourself, there's some times when things aren't going to go right.
but I really believe everything you do in life should be in service of your goals. And the moment that you're acting out of alignment with your goals, you either have a problem with your goal or with your behavior. One of them is going to have to change.
I suggest to you that if you are facing a challenge, don't stop. Stay busy. Work your plan. Continue to do those things that you know that work for you after you have evaluated yourself in the situation. Continue to move. Stay busy, stay busy, stay busy.
The only thing ultimately that's ever going to matter in your life is how you feel about yourself when you're by yourself.
please learn how to tune out the noise. They're gonna love you some days, they're gonna hate you some days. But you have to know yourself, and you have to start with being kind and empathetic and loving with yourself. Because if you're unable to do that, you will do it for nobody else.
Hey, listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but being doubted and overlooked is part of the come up. Because everybody claps when it finally work out, but they don't talk about the seasons where nobody believed in you. The unanswered calls, the support that you never got. But sometimes God will hide you on purpose, just so you can grow without distractions. So don't let being overlooked make you overlook yourself. Because one day the same people that doubted you are gonna have to watch what faith, consistency, and pressure created.
If you choose to do something, attack it. Because they're gonna remember you as not attacking it. So I want to be remembered. You can hate me, but one thing you can't say about me, I didn't attack it. No matter what avenue I choose, I want to be the very best. And the very best may not be I'm number one. The very best is did I leave everything inside of me out there. So attacking is not like, oh, I want to win this or win that or be the best. The best is I'm running against myself and everything I do. And that's what I attack. I attack myself. I'm always questioning myself. I'm always holding myself accountable.
You better pick yourself up. Do you hear me? You better pick yourself up. Because if you haven't been paying attention, nobody else has. And I'm not saying that to hurt you. I'm saying it because some of y'all are still sitting around waiting for somebody to come save you from a life that's requiring your participation. I actually now don't need to see the thing because I'm being it. I have it already internally. That's really what matters, is how it felt. Not the actual thing that you hold, is how you feel. I'm being it right now. So now because I'm being it, I don't actually need to see it. That is what we call detachment. Now that I'm detached from it, eventually it will show itself, but here's the ironic part, here's the paradox. You won't care. I don't even have a want.
Oh.
I have no desire because I am already it. Do you see how this works? So this is how you become the version of you who has already what you want. You just ask yourself, what would that feel like? Who would I be? How would I act? And then be that right now. And now you won't want it. And that's when you'll get it.
Oh my God. What was I gonna do? There was something I was gonna move and do. And I forgot. I hate that. No. There. Okay. I remembered.
Real life, there's 24 hours in a day where you're alone in this brain. And your brain is talking to you in all kind of ways.
It was beeping red.
It wants to control you, pulling you into different
Flashing.
pockets. If you can't control your own brain, and your brain controls you, you gotta tell your brain where you want to go, and how you want to go, and how you want to get there.
People look to high achievers to try and find something that they have that the normal person doesn't, but they've got it the wrong way round. The people who are the high achievers are lacking something everyone else does have, which is an off button.
Your vision. You see it. They can't. Everybody is obsessed with something. It's okay for you to be obsessed with success, obsessed with changing your lifestyle, obsessed with changing your environment, obsessed with changing who you hang out with, obsessed with changing your habits. Everybody's obsessed with something.
The biggest life lesson that I've learned is the power of the mind and just how important it is to look at yourself in a high regard and to believe in yourself. I think in order to paint a bright future for yourself, you have to be able to see it in your mind. You have to believe in it, and the more you believe in it, the more your world will start to change, and the more you'll just start to see your beliefs come to pass.
Once the fire is going, the fire is going. So stop investing your thoughts. Stop rethinking about why it would not work. You need to get out of that self-questioning. You need to learn to sometimes really have confidence in the power of your thoughts. Don't stop the fire before it even started really growing.
Fish don't just jump in the boat. If you want to go catch them, go catch them. Throw that line in the water and go do some work. And if it doesn't work that day, do it again the next day. So you want to be the one to do it anyway. I know I don't feel good today, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove myself.
Fucking do it
Even
anyway.
It doesn't feel right. I
myself.
Come on, big dog.
Being confident in yourself is to build something. It's not to wait for it to happen. You better go out there and do it yourself. You know, don't wait around and wait for someone to hand deliver something. Go make it happen.
The laziness is something that has to do with you. You're not connected to something deep enough. You don't feel the necessity. You don't feel the devil at your heels. You don't feel the fact that you could very well die tomorrow that will impel you to get something done. There's no necessity behind it. And the human animal, the way we were created, is when we feel pressure, we feel the necessity to get things done. We can move mountains. So you have to create necessity in your life. You have to create the need to get things done. You have to give yourself deadlines. You have to remind yourself that tomorrow you could be fired, you could die, you could have an illness. Give yourselves a sense of urgency that I need to get things done quickly.
You are not your past. You're you. You're you right now. Like the past you might have done some things you wish you hadn't done. Don't dwell on that. You learn from it, that's fine, but don't dwell on it. Just keep moving. Keep moving. You know, use it as fuel. Say never again.
No, you have to hit rock bottom. That's the way out. Hit rock bottom is beautiful. The struggle of coming back is beautiful. It's hard. It doesn't feel like it's beautiful while you're going through it, but it's just being tested. And without a test, there's no testimony. Life tests you. Sometimes life annihilates you. But it's only up to you if you want to take some more. It's going to dish it out. But eventually, if you don't quit, it'll be merciful to you.
Never back down when your back's against the wall. It matters how many times you get back up, not how many times you fall. It's about your mentality. What's the point of dreaming a dream if you're not working to turn that dream into reality? So speak life into your life. Say, I am purpose, I am healed, I am free, I am me, I am my next level, I am greatness. Speak life into your life. Be your own motivation. You see, a legend is just an ordinary person with extraordinary determination. So find a way and make one. Because at the end, you just regret the chances you didn't take. So find the courage to take one. Your only limit is you. You're going to start to create something. You have no motivation, you have no drive, you have no ambition, but you're going to force it to happen anyway because that's what bad motherfuckers do, and that's what you are. So you're going to go through day by day by day doing the work regardless of how you feel like it. And then what's going to happen is you're going to see a little bit of a result. And when you see that little bit of a result, you're going to get happy because now you can clearly see that if I do the work, this result will happen. And a lot of people are confused as to how high drive, high success people can wake up every day and go at it, is because they know that even if they feel bad, even if they don't feel like doing it, if they push through just a little bit, just a few
Yeah,
minutes,
ice bath tomorrow, or maybe even fucking late night in the dark tonight outside. I think I might sit out with the moon tonight in an ice bath.
If you're in this phase where it doesn't feel like it's worth it, where it doesn't feel like it's very fun, just remember.
And then I'm going to watch animals or play COD or something.
What your actions will be.
But I'm telling you, this was worth it. I will recover.
It's always the quiet work.
I will recover. I'll be back maybe even tomorrow for something.
That's the one.
I'm telling you, I get in these
from you and everyone else.
driven streaks, mission-oriented, goal-oriented, with God on my side, and Jesus miraculously heals me overnight.
That's number one. I don't know any substitute for that. What do you want
Daily
to do?
baptismal ceremonies,
What do you want to be? What would you like to have?
washing off the troubles of others,
How far would you like to go?
washing off yesterday's turmoil, replacing it, rejuvenating,
Character is so important.
replenishing,
And character isn't defined by times of
flourishing.
happiness and joy and when everything's going your way. It's about
Today, yes, there's some destruction. There's tearing of muscle fibers. I'm about to fuck these forearms up some more. I added another 10 on each side.
Who are you in that moment?
But tonight, they will heal, and I've got Flex Pro meals and Transparent Lab supplements to fuel the recovery process. Very grateful.
Feeling your way, working your way through those things on the other side. You know,
Here we
the
go.
closest to getting what you want is always the hardest. People give up right before they get what they've
always wanted to get, people quit and they give up. And I will not be the person who quit before I got what I wanted.
But I'm starting to realize, bro, when you dance to your own rhythm, when you play by your own rules, and you live in through your vision, that's a perfect indication you're doing it correctly. Because they literally don't see what you see. They don't see it. They don't see what you see. They don't see as far as you see, and they don't understand why you see what you see.
Reality is that most people don't change. Most people live the same 6 months 100 times in a row, and then they die. They go to the same places, they make the same jokes, they have the same small talk, they work the same job, and then they die because they were never willing to be uncomfortable, because they were never willing to change. And a lot of people get real uncomfortable when I talk about this stuff. But most people are average, and most people stay stuck in the same patterns. They live the same 6 months for 40 straight years and never change. And so, if you want to be exceptional, then you will often have to be the exception.
This is a friendly reminder that the clarity that you're looking for is on the other side of the action that you're afraid to take. So you're stuck in this place of indecision, paralysis by analysis, trying to find 100% certainty that the next move is the right move, otherwise you'll be miserable. But the funny thing is, you're already miserable because you're stuck in this place of fear and self-doubt. And the clarity that you're looking for isn't going to come until you take the next step.
Yourself. Push yourself through that point.
I didn't end up ordering more groceries, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sticking with my Flex Pro meals right now, and I'm using water for the rest of my Transparent Labs S'mores Isolate Whey Protein. I have been utilizing a pre-workout again also, providing me with a little bit of a stimulant from caffeine, and it does help. But most of this energy is driven purely from passion and purpose. Discipline and dedication and consistency, work ethic and sacrifice and purpose, maybe even fucking fate, maybe destiny.
There is no alternative for me than to just keep.
I've been eating a lot more eggs.
When we no longer know
A lot of eggs. I like eggs. I think I still have like a good
experience of feeling
8 to 12 left or something.
is inviting you into a deeper inquiry.
I'm gonna get more eggs. I got rice. I'm gonna cook rice tonight.
To feel, to change.
I'm gonna cook rice tonight. I said it. I have to do it now. My rice maker is out. There's a plug right there. I even got the rice out. A big fucking thing like this of jasmine rice with a rice maker. All you gotta do is measure the rice, Trav, and then measure the water and add salt and a little butter. Stir it and hit a button. Your rice will come out perfect, and you will put it into a Tupperware container. And this will add essential carbohydrates that will fuel these upcoming sessions that are going to be gritty, painful, and not make sense to people.
It's only a matter of time.
This is a season of extremity. This is a season of extreme suffering. Here we go.
Because that's what you're gonna be able to fall back on, and that's what you're gonna be able to like rely on, which comes to shove.
What is your attitude like? How do you respond to those things? You know, because that says so much more about who you are than what you say or when things are going well. You know, it's so easy to put on a smile and be faithful when things are going your way. You know, but when you get tested, you hit an obstacle in life, you hit a setback. Who are you in those moments? Because that's true character.
Whenever you feel negative or unhappy about anything, you say, wait a minute, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for my life. I'm responsible for what happened. I can't change the past. I'm not going to spend a second worrying about the past. I'm going to become so busy working on my future and my goals that I don't have time to think about the past.
Before you can do something, you must first be something. Before you can do what you would most like to do, you must first become the person who can do it. The secret is to get and hold fast in your mind the mental image.
Oh my god, I'm having flashbacks. Listen to this guy.
Then in every situation you act
Jesus Christ.
as you feel that person would.
Mm-hmm.
You make the kind of decisions you think that person would. This is the way to
constantly grow into a better, more effective person. Now, your life will not be transformed overnight. There'll be no sudden miracles, perhaps, but steadily, day by day, you'll grow into the image you hold in your mind. If you doubt this, try it for 30 days and watch what happens. You've got nothing to lose. The time is going to pass anyway. Why not put it to work? Becoming the person you most want to become. It's the trick of the experts in every field.
If you have an idea that you genuinely think is good, if there is something that you feel is good, something you want to do, something that means something to you, try to do it. Because I think you can only do your best work if you're doing what you want to do, and if you're doing it the way you think it should be done. And if you can take pride in it after you've done it, no matter what it is.
You've been through a lot this year, and it wasn't for no reason, and I can promise you it's not wasted. And you learned a lot of lessons this year. Lessons that you might have thought that you didn't need to learn. But going into this next year, you need to realize how strong you've become. You have learned lessons and you have become strong. And now you have the ability to do something great, to carry something great that you might have not been able to do a year ago. You've learned a lot through the pain. So are you going to sit in the pain, or are you going to bring something beautiful to life?
The hardest part is the uncertainty that all
Pan on YouTube says Menuda Lacura. Does anyone know what that means? Can you translate for me, please? Corson says, I'm going to eat 6 eggs, some veggies, and some carbs. I don't know in what form. Maybe some whole grain bread. I'm grateful for that.
years of uncertainty, rejection, and suffering. It just comes down to wanting what you're after more than you hate all the things that you have to do to get it. And so despite all the hardship that you're going through, you just got to believe with all your f***ing heart that you're going to make it.
I'm grateful for this next set. My forearms feel like they're going to pop. And I'm going to do it again. This is a growth set. Big forearms. Let's go.
And the day is dark and dreary. My life is cold and dark and dreary. It rains and the wind is never weary. My thoughts still cling to the moldering past, but the hopes of youth fall thick in the blast, and the days are dark and dreary. Be still, sad heart, and cease repining. Behind the clouds is the sun still shining. Thy fate is the common fate of all. Into each life some rain must fall. Some days must be dark and dreary. We live in the past a lot of times. We live in the past without regrets. We live in the past with the regret of what might have been.
Oh my god, I have fucking chicken drums.
We live in the
Chat, I prepped chicken drums last night and I basted them. I basted the fuck out of them with Sweet Baby Ray's.
And we need days in real life. We need days.
They're waiting in the microwave.
And it's raining. And the things that we had planned to do, we can't.
This changes things.
The things that we thought were going to happen, they're not going to happen. But we need the rain. But if you have, whether in your life, if you have this non-stop sunshine, you wind up in the desert. And you wind up your life as a desert. And everything gets...
Yes!
And
Yes.
every life...
Let's give it up for the chicken drums tonight. We got chicken drums waiting to be zapped.
Greater than you think, more powerful than you know, more unlimited.
Not saturated. They're air fried, seasoned with love.
You have to start
Oh, this is gonna be decadent.
You have to believe in yourself. And your belief in yourself must be earned. It must be earned.
One more
And-
pull-up
and
set. Victory
the
pull-up
only way
set.
that we can believe in a future.
We're gonna earn this next meal.
Emotion associated with it. And so you're giving your
There is a
body
lot
a
happening
taste emotionally of the future.
in my entire body. Aura, spirit, soul, organs, cells, atoms, molecules.
Don't be ashamed of your effort.
All of it.
Constant being reminded of the thing that capable of
Hormones. Hormones.
People will try to put the same limitations on you that they put on themselves. Don't mistake their insecurities for your ceiling.
So desperate to figure
Natural
out
testosterone.
That, yeah, you might get made fun of and you might have it in your own mind, but try to figure out how to make people drop that feeling. Going
Yes.
to build a business for themselves. Nobody wants the rejection.
Oh,
Nobody
shit, a
wants
real
to lose.
smile.
It's going to lead you to a place where you're not going to win.
Get serious.
I am. I'm sore though. I gotta be honest. But it's a good sore. There's no sharp pain. I swear I can prove it. I'm gonna prove it right now. I'm gonna climb another mountain, and then I'll do a, regular set. But first, just wanna have some fun. I wanna fucking climb, and it takes a lot of balance and coordination and single isolateral movement on each side. I like to do this. I am sore, so I don't know how it's gonna go. I might not even be able to. Just kidding, I always can do this.
The reason you feel fear is because you have to step into the unknown. You have to step into the discomfort, right? You have to step away from the things that are known, from the comfortability of where you're at, right? That's not easy, right? And your ego is gonna do everything in its power to stay comfortable. So it's gonna bring those emotions of fear. But don't view those emotions negatively. Fear is not a negative thing. Fear is a driving force. It's a pulling force to move in that direction. It's a guide. And when you start viewing fear as a guide rather than a hindrance and an enemy, it changes the way you navigate this
Okay.
journey. Come on, man. Change the way you navigate this journey.
I need to be able to walk tomorrow.
Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear.
I actually might end up in an ice bath outside tonight.
The characteristics of winners. Here are some of the things they say.
If not tomorrow
They
morning.
are worth the competition. They are focused. They are resilient. The one I've seen in the best of the best that no one talks about is this. They'd rather be hated for who they truly are than to be loved for what they're not. Think about that.
Feel so angry all the time.
Mountains, bro. Mountains. I've got sweet potatoes too. Oh my god. Oh my god, Chad.
I want you to listen to me very carefully, Hammond. You're not a bad person. You're a very good person.
I forgot about these.
You understand?
Chad, should I eat all 4 of them? No, it's too much. I'm gonna eat 2.
Both light and dark inside us.
If I need to eat more, I'll eat more later. But it's late. And this is a great meal. Sweet potatoes and chicken drums.
Blaming the world will not heal the wounds.
At some point, you gotta decide for yourself who you are.
Okay.
Can't let nobody make that decision for you.
I'm gonna go now. I gotta wash my hands.
When we
Eat.
were kids,
and do things, more responsibilities, more persistent, consistent, progressive actions.
According to all aerodynamic laws,
This too shall pass. I will recover and heal and grow.
proportion to its wingspan.
There will be
Ignoring these laws
synthesizing happening tonight
I have run
inside my muscle fibers. Essential amino acids, essential, slow digesting complex carbohydrates are about to be consumed. I will be adding this anti-inflammatory spice.
People wonder my self-hatred and doubt.
I think it's an apple pie cinnamon. Something. Honey. Great. Great. Natural sweetener for the sweet potato. Doesn't need it, but I like it.
I picked myself up and proved it wrong.
I got barbecue sauce on my fingers.
So I don't know if my life.
I need to get to the sink. Thank you for this day. Chat, thank you for your comments and follows. And for all my continuous subscriptions on all fucking platforms. I appreciate each and every one of my fans, clients, business associates, family, friends, and all of you. Stay blessed. Let the Holy Spirit guide you. Patience is the virtue. Stop rushing. Trust the process. Don't rush the process. You weren't born to fit in. You were born to stand out. Be you. There's only one you. And you matter. Namaste.
You can't catch life. Stop focusing on catching life, on getting a handle on life. I start focusing on